must be gentle. Eyebrows like a peach. My lashes are really long. Like they have the teeth in the 30s. Oh, am I too sexy? Boopy doop boop. Hey lovies, so oh my god, I look so scary. So what I did with my brows is I used a glue stick and then I used spirit gum, but my brows are super thick, so to really cover them perfectly I would have to spend like a long time. So I didn't do it like super perfect. I kind of just did like a really basic job just so you can see what you can do, and on you it'll probably look, I mean, I'm pretty sure, 100% sure that it'll look a lot better because most people don't have thick brows like I do. But I wasn't wearing this outside anywhere, so I wasn't too concerned about it. But like if I was wearing this for Halloween or something, I probably would have spent a lot of time. So the basic idea is you just flatten your brows out with like spirit gum and glue stick, and then you just cover it with concealer and powder. So I just used my BH Cosmetics palette, and I used the salmon color to kind of color correct how dark my brows are, and then I put the light concealer on top. Now I used a really light color. I mean, this is probably like NC15 from MAC, which is like so many shades lighter than me, because I wanted the look to reflect a really cartoonish 1930s, 1940s Betty Boop. So it's gonna be real classic, kind of light skin, like porcelain, and plus she's a lot lighter than me in general, but I wanted it to look like a cartoon. So if you want it to be just more glamorous and casual, then use your regular foundation and skip the redrawing on the brows. So then after I applied that concealer, I just used the rest that was on my sponge as my foundation, and now I'm going to just set my brows. I'm using MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in medium and light. I kind of just mixed both of them and just patted it on my brows, and I kind of went over my brows a couple of times. So I first did the glue and the spirit gum and then concealer and covered it with powder, and then I did it a second time, so just to kind of give it like a basic covering. But yeah, my brows are so thick, so I'm just setting the entire face with the two powders. Now I'm going to use my Naked Basics palette, and I'm going to start doing the eyes. So I just used Faint and Naked 2, and really just going in the outside crease, and also kind of bringing it up higher, like way up to my brow bone, my natural brow bone. That way it kind of flows with the fake eye brow that I'm going to be drawing on. So I just made a basic smoky crease, really not too fancy at all, with the 224 brush, and then I used those two colors to make a contour on my cheek. And what this does is, by using these taupey colors, it gives it a really kind of cartoonish contour. Because if I use something brown or bronzy on this really pale foundation, it will just look really unnatural. So to make it look cartoonish and also give it a really nice effect in pictures and in person, I use those taupey colors. So now I'm taking an angled brush, and I'm going to take the black from the palette and just make a really kind of messy wing liner with the eyeshadow. And I'm using eyeshadow so that I can blend it. So I'm just making a real messy liner. I mean, obviously it looks somewhat okay, but I'm not putting a lot of thought into it at all. Just making a messy-ish wing. Also putting that underneath the waterline, connecting it to that wing all the way under my lower lash line, but not into the waterline because we're gonna put white in there. Now I'm going back to my 224 and literally just buffing it out on the outside part, and this creates like a really nice slightly smoky effect, and also kind of gives the eye more dimension and kind of pulls the whole look together, because we have a lot of space since we, you know, took off our brows. So to kind of fill up that space and give us a more big-eyed effect to just make that smokiness. And then I just took one of the light colors from the palette and put it on the lid just to open up the eyes as well. Now I'm using my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. I depotted a pencil and put it in this little container so I could use it easier without having to sharpen. So I just use a liner brush and put that in the waterline. I'm taking these really long, like spidery lashes. You want really, really long spidery lashes so that all you see is like literally like spikes, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hairs. Like you want it to look really cartoonish and as, you know, long and dramatic as possible. And if you wanted to go all out, you could get like literally Halloween lashes. I was Betty Boop for Halloween a few years ago, and I bought like cartoon lashes. They were super, super long, like ridiculously long, and they were so fun. So I know those are available. And then I'm putting lashes at the bottom as well, and this is really gonna open the eyes. And as you know, Betty definitely does have some long spidery lashes on the top and the bottom. Now what I'm doing for the hair, if you look at Betty, her hairline has like this widow's peak, but it has a centered part in the center. So I followed the natural part that I had in my hair in the center and made basically like 2 triangles, leaving the center open. And I used my liquid liner to make that outline. And now I'm going in with my angle brush and black eyeshadow to make it darker and really draw it out and make it super black. And I am filling it in, as you can see. You can use anything for this. Like if you wanted this to last a really long time, you could use like clown makeup or like liner, marker, you know, anything you can find that's super black that will last all night if you're going to be dancing or going to a Halloween party. You don't have to use eyeshadow. You can use whatever you think will be better. You know, it's Halloween, so go get, you know, professional Halloween makeup or whatever you have around the house. This is just a real basic, one of those tutorials where you don't really need anything extra. You can just do makeup, and then if you have a red dress, and then just buy like a cheap feather boa, and you have a really fast last minute costume that really actually looks amazing because the makeup makes so much of the costume. So now I'm gonna take my liquid liner and just make like these peaks. They don't have to even be perfect, because if you have a wig, the little peaks won't even matter that much. So it's not even something that has to be done perfectly. Literally, it's like if you were drawing waves, like water, like you know, like when you were a kid and you would draw like the beach and you made those like little wave shapes. It's really the same thing. It's just like a curve, a line, and then just make sure it curves up towards the widow's peak so that it looks like curls or like hair. And you could even draw it even further and make it look like a curl. That would be really cute too. So I'm just using my liquid liner for that because it's just easier. And you can make as many as you want. I just kind of looked at her and just went according to like if she was real where it would be. So I have like one near the brow, one where my contour is, one under the brow, just wherever you see fit, girl. Now I'm using NYX Jumbo Pencil in Black Bean, and I'm gonna connect that entire hairline. So I'm literally just drawing all in my hairline, and that's really going to create the illusion of the jet black hairline like she has. And this was really difficult to take out of my hair. I had to put baby oil in my entire hairline and like wash the front of my hair with my makeup remover, but it was so cool and it was fun, and I actually like really enjoyed it. So I would definitely recommend this step. I think it really added that final touch to the hair. Now for the brow, you want to make like a tadpole, weird, excited, overly dramatic, ridiculous brow, and it really doesn't even have to be perfect. Just make like a weird squiggly shape and just make it, you know, curve in the front and then kind of flare out towards the end, towards your temple. And you can do this off center, you can make an expression. Just look at different pictures of Betty and see what kind of brow you like better. Or like I said before, if you want it to be more dramatic and not so cartoonish and you want it to be more pretty, then just use your regular brows. Because if you do everything else with your regular brows, it's still gonna look amazing and you won't look as, you know, into character. You'll be more like glamorous. So now, like I said, because I wanted that 1930s Betty, I didn't just use red, I used Night Moth from MAC. And you could also even just do a black lip, because when Betty first came out in the 30s, she had a black lip. Remember, everything was white, it was black and white, so you could really just go all out with this. So I did the Night Moth with the red in the center. And now I'm contouring the very ends of my nose to make it look really, really round, because Betty's nose is literally just like a little round ball. So just contour the very ends of the nose, but you could skip that as well, like I said, if you wanted to be more glamorous. So I hope you guys love this. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.